From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, those increasing chances for rain here through the afternoon, cool and unsettled this week, lowering snow levels, mountain travel impacts later this week, especially this weekend into early next week. We got a bit to talk about, so let's get you right into it. A quick look at your forecast for today, off and on chances for rain. Now, the North Coast is going to have a hard time getting in on this rain. The farther south you go, say southern Humboldt, central Humboldt, I think you're going to see some rain today. You head into northern Humboldt, into Del Norte, I think your chances are going to be slimmer. Otherwise, the Valley, Trinity County, Siskiyou, Modoc, and even the eastern mountains will all see some of that rain, with snow levels on average around 5,000 feet. So the area of low pressure, as you can see, is to our south. The flow around that area of low pressure is what's going to really draw up all that moisture. So let's start with just taking a look at the overall trend for the next 7 to 8 days. And you can see that low pressure system to our south is going to linger today and tomorrow. And that's what's going to give us that chance for showers for the next 48 hours or so. Then by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we actually have high pressure building in. Now, we were initially thinking that Saturday was going to be the day we'd start seeing more rain. But now it looks like more like Saturday night into Sunday. And even in some cases, especially off to the east, it's not until Sunday night into Monday. So the timing of all this has changed a bit. And of course, this is what we talk about when we look at the long-range forecast models. The timing, the overall intensity, all of that, it changes day by day, especially as you go out 5, 6, 7 days, right? So that's why you've got to keep a close eye on the forecast. But bottom line, it's cool and unsettled. And we're going to continue that chance for off and on rain this week, through the weekend, and even into early next week. So let's take a look at Futurecast for today. And you'll see that through the afternoon, the chances for rain will start to increase. And there will be brief periods of moderate to even heavy rainfall, especially off to the east. But look at off towards Del Norte, northern Humboldt. You're just not seeing a lot of that rain pushing through. So tomorrow morning, still some showers. And you'll notice through the day on Wednesday, just isolated showers is what we're looking at here. So most likely not a lot of rainfall for your Wednesday. Then by Thursday, we're pretty much drying things out. We're dry for Thursday afternoon, although maybe a passing sprinkle off to the north and east. We're dry for your Friday through Friday night. We have dry conditions. And Futurecast does want to possibly bring in maybe a little bit of activity here for Saturday morning for parts of the North Coast. Still not completely sold on that timing. We'll see what happens with that. But for now, we're going to keep it dry, at the very least, dry through Friday. All right, so there you can see some of the rainfall totals, especially for today and tomorrow. Looks pretty good for the valley eastward. But as mentioned, on the back side of that flow around the area of low pressure, you see less, especially towards a good portion of Siskiyou, even Trinity County, especially Del Norte and Humboldt. And really what you see there for Crescent City is mainly what could possibly come in Saturday morning. But for the most part, before that, you're only talking a few hundreds here and there. We still have that winter weather advisory until 4 o'clock today, until 4 o'clock tomorrow, mainly above 5,000 feet, but it could get a little bit locally lower than that. You can see some of the snow totals. You're less than a foot of snow. In fact, anywhere in that 4 to 8 inch range. As you head into, say, above 5,000 feet. But, as you get into the highest elevations, the peak of Mount Shasta, for example, some of the Trinity Alps and some of the highest elevations to the east, yeah, upwards of maybe a foot or more of snow. But again, you have to go up pretty high in elevation for that. So temperatures today are going to be a bit cooler, upper 50s to low 60s in the valley, mainly 50s for the higher elevations. And you can see tonight, it's cooling off into the 30s for many of the higher elevations and looks like in the low to mid 40s in the valley. And that'll probably be the case here for the coast as well. So let's take a look at that 7-day forecast for the valley. We've got temperatures going up and down a bit. In fact, with the drier trend for Thursday, Friday, you're back in the mid 60s. Cooler for the weekend. And I'm going to hold off on rain for the valley until Sunday, after, of course, Wednesday. So I don't think we're going to see anything coming until Sunday or Monday. Again, keep in mind that may change. All right, so take a look at the coast and inland and in Trinity County. Off and on chances today, tomorrow. Slimmer chances though, northern Humboldt, Del Norte counties. And then Thursday, Friday, most of Saturday looking dry. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. You saw on Futurecast that it was showing maybe some activity here Saturday morning, but I think it's going to be more like Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. We'll see. And then, of course, for Siskiyou, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains, also dry for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By the way, I'm keeping it dry all the way through Sunday for Modoc County and the Eastern Mountains, and the better chance coming in for Monday of next week. All right, I'll be back again later this evening with a closer look at your forecast, latest forecast model data, and your deeper dive forecast. Have a great rest of your day.
When you see flashing lights, someone's life depends on us.
And while we're out helping crash victims, we need your help to keep us safe. Move over, slow down, it's the law, it protects everyone.
Our crews are out here every day, keeping the roads safe for you and your family.
We're often the last ones on scene, and we want to make it home safe too.
Protect those who protect you, slow down and move over.